to the thing.
Let's go get right into it, man. We ain't counting down nothing. You know what I mean? We running out of daylight as it is, man. You know what I
Right?
mean? 2023 is about to be out of here. It's about to be
Oh,
2024. This is Down in Sports Talk. I'm left-handed at RM Des on Twitter. That's my code D in the building. Y'all the bear holding me down. That's my big
yeah.
bro right there. We're walking in the house. Yo, we just gonna do. We gonna free flow it, freestyle it, free flow it. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we're gonna talk about. We definitely go overtime. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, especially 2023. What you like,
Mhm.
what you didn't like, and how it worked out for you, and what you're looking forward to in 2024. Before we go any further, I got to bring in. Oh, and we're gonna have the Down in Sports Talk Person of the Year. All right. So before we go any further, I gotta bring in the person who's been holding me down in this Down in Sports Talk. You know what I mean? Since basically the beginning. You know what I'm saying? One of the best that's doing it. You know what I mean? Keep the composure. She's like the calmness because I'm the wild style dude. I don't care. You know what I mean? That's Browski over there, y'all, aka Yada Bear. Give it up for Yada Bear one time. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. What's good?
Yeah.
What's the goodness, Browski? What's the deal? What's going on with you?
Man,
Happy holidays.
happy holidays. Just celebrated Christmas. Everybody opened up gifts. The Eagles gave me a present by winning. It should have been easier, but
By the way,
a win is a win.
pardon me. I'm
I'm,
sorry.
I'm,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
I'm happy
By the
with
way,
that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm happy with that. We got Tommy DeVito out of here. Was none of this. None of this
Ah,
happening out there. They brought in Tyrod. T-Mobile's out there doing some things. Making it very interesting. But we walked away with the victory as expected, and 11-4. It's looking good. Back at the top of the NFC East where we belong, and all is right. We got Arizona coming up next. That could be a sort of revenge game for Gannon. It's going to be interesting to seeing us against Gannon. Since he's been our defense coordinator for the past 2 years. Going up against him, very familiar with the team. I'm looking to see if he can stop the tush push, aka brotherly shove. That's going to be interesting to see how he is going to go about with his guys to prepare them for that particular play, since that play has been the hottest play all year, the hot topic for the season. Has been that particular play. So let's see the guy who's been here for the past 2 years, see if he knows how to defend or disrupt the play. So that should be, something interesting to see. And then on that defensive side, to see if we can contain Kyler Murray. We always have some issues with mobile quarterbacks. Um, again, having Gannon as the head coach there coming back, to play us here at home. Um, he may have some tricks up his sleeve to, maneuver through this defense, even though it's really a different defense than he's seen before with Matt Patricia. So another game under him being, calling the defensive plays should be interesting, and hopefully maybe our guys adjust more and get more familiar with his style of play calling, which is different than when we had Sean Desai. And that's hoping we can see our offense become a little bit more creative. Um, Again, I've been asking for it all season. They did throw in a little bit of creativity, in the last game. I seen a little bit more motion that we've been calling for. A couple screens here and there. So let's see if we can get even more creative. It's crazy that I'm still asking for this type of thing in week 17 coming up. It's crazy that this is still an issue, but I'm just hoping to see those adjustments and looking for another victory. Try to distance ourselves from the Cowboys. Get a little bit more comfortable and get tuned up for the
we're
playoffs.
gonna we're gonna we're gonna talk about them too.
But go
Windwalk
ahead
is in
about
the
the
house.
Bucks, man.
I listen. We're gonna go around, let Windwalker get some air. and then we're gonna get into it. What's good, Win? All right, he's on some other stuff right now, but he's in the building.
He muted.
Windwalker's in the building. What's good? What's good, yo?
No.
What's good?
Hey man, I'm
Yeah,
looking
there you
for
go. There
Pop
you
Tarts
go.
Bowl.
Huh?
I'm looking for the Pop Tarts Bowl. I'm looking for the Pop Tarts Bowl. The Pop Tarts Bowl. Yeah. Hey man, did y'all see them Steelers? Y'all liked that, didn't y'all? I know y'all did. Y'all want to see
Not
more of the
really.
Steelers.
Not
Y'all want to
really.
see more
I
of the
mean,
Steelers, and you will.
it is what it is.
And
Y'all
you
do,
will.
y'all do your thing, but it's tough sledding for y'all, man. You know what I mean? So
2
you were saying
games. Wait.
you were saying behind the scenes, man, what the rest of your schedule looks like. So what do you think the Steelers are going to do in regards to the rest of the season and making the playoff push?
We're gonna beat once we beat the Seahawks, we in there. Because we know the other teams are gonna fall and we'll be right back in. We ain't gotta beat the Ravens. Hey, we just need to beat the Seahawks.
You know what?
One game at a time.
You know what? Check this out. It's the end of the
I'm just
year, right? Last show of the year, 2023. You go out
Yep.
on your sword. You talking about we ain't even got to beat the Raiders when you don't even have a playoff leg to stand on right now. I'm going
outside
hard
looking
body.
in.
I'm going hard body karate at everybody. It's the last show
Man,
of
we
the
ain't
year.
worried about you.
And listen, I'm doing like Nino Brown. I'm taking everybody with me. You know what I'm saying? So listen, the Steelers, you need to be talking really, really, really passionately about keeping your coach who's been rocking with you the last, 16, 17 years. You know what I mean?
17 years.
And do what y'all need to do. Because if I'm a Steelers fan, I'm like, we're going to win these last 2 games. We're going to make the playoffs like we always do. It takes some drama. It's been some drama. But now we
Yeah.
in. And then all bets are off. Everything starts from zero again. But
Yep.
you, I don't know I don't care if we don't beat the Raiders. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Oh God, he definitely cares, man.
Listen, he had his share. He had his share to talk about his Steelers. Now I'm gonna talk about my first place over 500 Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the building. One more again. Listen, man. Browski, you could shut me down whenever you feel like it, yo. When you can shut me down whenever you feel like it. I talk about my team, good, bad, or indifferent, right? I've been like, I was kind of like on some, I don't know, you know what I mean, this and that, 8 and 9. I've been saying it all year long, but they've been proving me wrong. The last 3-4 games I could say for Tampa Bay have been like the best 3 or 4 games I've seen in a long time. In a stretch. No bad penalties to really, talk about the influence of games. No bad turnovers to influence the games. No dumb coaching decisions to influence games. So again, we're just moving along. You know what I'm saying? We're knocking down what's in front of us. You know what I mean? And now it's the last two pieces to the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? We got New Orleans, a team that traditionally plays us tough, right? And then we got the season finale. I think we play Carolina. So that's 2 division games right there. That could put more space between us and who's behind us right now. You know what I mean? Todd Bowles, am I taking back everything I said about him? No, not really, because the job is not done yet. See, when you can talk about your coach and say, you know what? I'm going to ride with Mike Tomlin. You know what I mean? He's been holding me down for like 17 summers, right? But me, Todd Bowles, he's got to work his way out the door. He went from being a Super Bowl champion to being a bum. And and listen, I talk about your team, I talk about Browski's team, I talk about anybody's team, but I talk about my team the worst because it's my team, right? I'm not on no pie in the sky and all that pom-pom shit. Now we're not doing that. We're gonna call it like we see it, straight like that. So for me, Baker Mayfield is shocking the hell out of me. He playing like he want to make some more commercials or something. But the job ain't finished. Our running game is starting to establish itself. Where the hell has that been? Right? Mike Evans over 1,000 yards. What I said at the beginning of the season, Browski. Mike Evans ain't gonna get 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
He's not gonna get 1,000.
it definitely wasn't looking like it in the
It
beginning.
wasn't. It wasn't looking like
Like
it.
those
Not at all.
first
But
four, the
yeah,
5 games was
yeah,
rough. I was
yeah.
like, I don't know.
He's got it. He's got well over 1,000. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of my squad, man. But you know what? I'm always gonna look at the secondary. I'm always gonna look at my defense, which has been playing a little bit better too, Browski. So at the end of the day, for me, as a lifelong Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan in 2023, going into 2024, the playoffs are a home playoff game is in our hands right now, Browski. And I'm saying that after Christmas, December 27th, we got a home playoff game in our grass.
Facts.
What we gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with my Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, all of this is doing is giving, you guys life. Like I told you behind the scenes, I think it's all a trap, because as good as Baker Mayfield is playing this season, y'all go ahead and resign him for like another year, and then 10-7 this year could be 7-10 next year, because Baker Mayfield will probably revert back to the Baker Mayfield of the past.
We have a tougher schedule. We have a tougher schedule. Yep.
Tougher schedule. Still got Ty Bowles, and you most likely won't be without Mike Evans, because I can't see Mike Evans being there for another season. He got a taste of championship. That one chip, he hungry for it. So now he's going to go on the path of which team is the quickest path back to the championship. So
and what we was talking about just now when we said, well, Mike Evans is putting up his numbers. This is audition tape.
Yeah, this is audition tape for the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is audition tape.
Because I could definitely see Mike Evans in the Chiefs jersey next season. I could see him in the Chargers jersey next season, because Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, always hurt. I mean, he could be over there. Or he could be in a Baltimore Ravens jersey next season. I feel like either way, whatever squad is going to give him a quicker path back to the chip, I think that's what he's going to be looking at. And the Chiefs, the Falcons, those teams like that may be looking for a wide receiver that they're missing. Definitely the Chiefs. The Chiefs is definitely missing a wide receiver, because nobody can catch anything now.
Right.
It's so bad.
The wide receivers they got now just hands.
Yeah, now even Travis Kelce is not catching the ball now. It's so bad that to the point where at the beginning of the season,
he got girl problems.
We was always doubling. Travis was being double all the time. Now it's just one guy taking Travis out the game right now. So the Chiefs is looking bad over there. They just lost to a Raiders team who didn't attempt a pass play in the whole second half. They ran the ball the whole second half and ran it down their neck, and beat Kansas City in Kansas City. They wasn't even expecting to. The Chiefs wasn't expecting to lose this game. They get down. They're on the sidelines throwing helmets, blowing up at each other. Andy Reid all getting in, got to dig, and Travis Kelce, but trying to bring him back. It's chaos on the Kansas City Chiefs sidelines for like the past 3 games. Patrick Mahomes out there cursing out the offensive line. He telling them, "I just
slamming his helmet in the ground, right?"
No, he telling his O-line, "I just bought y'all some damn golf carts, okay? I got them Jones tricked out, and then you'll come out here on Christmas.
This is the thing I get.
And y'all can't protect Max Crosby was out there feasting on Patrick out there. Had Patrick out there running for his life. So it's crazy in these Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm like all that I'm saying is next season they definitely gonna need a receiver, because Tony, Marquez Scott, they can't catch anything. They can't even catch the cold that I have right now. They ain't catching nothing. Okay.
Browski talking greasy. That's Browski sending emails over there, y'all.
Hey,
We're still doing
the
that.
Chiefs
Sending emails
fans
over
know it. They see it. They better tell Taylor Swift to stay away from the playoffs because you know they're gonna be on the road for the playoffs.
Well,
So,
you're right. I was going to say wherever they end up being,
stay
wherever they
home.
end up going.
Watch this shit on
Right.
TV. Don't come to the stadium. Stay out the family box.
Mr. Windwalker, it's shine time, baby. Listen, your Steelers 8-7, going up to Seattle. This is basically a playoff game for you guys.
And them.
And Seattle, absolutely, and Seattle as well. Mm-hmm. But what do you see happening this week in regards to the season? Because you guys are over 500 now. You know what I mean? So where you at with your score?
Yeah. Let me read you the scenario.
He got script.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are facing playoff elimination in Week 17, but are still in control of keeping their chances alive for the final week of the season. For the first time this season, the Steelers could have been knocked out of the playoffs contention. However, they need a lot of things to go wrong in order for that to happen. They need Baltimore to win. They need to lose against Seattle. They need Indianapolis Colts to win at Las Vegas.
Who to lose against Seattle? The Steelers?
Listen, for us to get knocked out, we have to lose against Seattle.
Why are you talking about getting knocked out? You should be talking about getting in.
That's about y'all getting in.
We're in. I'm telling you, this is how
You're not in. Y'all are in the 9th spot.
Hold on. Let me talk. It's my time. This is how we win.
You can't come on here with that nonsense,
man. This ain't nonsense.
You're not.
Hey, this not nonsense. We need all this stuff to happen for us to get knocked out, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Y'all not even in it yet, so
we in the hunt.
Not even in it.
We in the hunt. We in the hunt.
We're not in the playoffs.
Now you in the hunt. Now you in the hunt. Okay.
Yeah, but not the playoffs. That's what we talking. We talking about being in.
Hey, Browski, I don't want to hear nothing from you with your little squad. I don't want to hear nothing.
We're in the playoffs. We are number one.
Okay, but you will be out the playoffs because y'all suck. Y'all let that team play y'all. They shouldn't have played y'all like that.
Oh, here we go.
All right, here we go.
The Raiders shouldn't even been.
Y'all made a move 2 games too late by putting Mason Rudolph in. So all these victories mean
Rudolph
nothing.
the red-nosed reindeer. Okay. But we got Pickett back. Pickett will be back next week.
Kenny Pickens is trash.
Pickett will be here.
Time to go. You got no offensive line.
That was very interesting.
Yeah, get out of here.
But anyway, like I said, we need a whole bunch of stuff to happen for us to get kicked all the way out and eliminated. So that's not going to happen.
They look like they might win.
Already, as of right now, you already all the way out and eliminated. Like, what are you talking about?
No, we're not. We're in the hunt.
How can your team get into
We are in the hunt.
Huh?
We are in the hunt.
Y'all technically the 9th seed.
Get in.
Right.
In.
We'll be in.
Y'all the 9th seed. You got.
You dang right.
Like I said, you got Houston and you have the Colts ahead of you.
Well, I was trying to read the scenario since nobody wants to listen to me, so I'm not talking anymore. I'm trying to tell y'all what it was.
What was it? What was it?
This is, as I was saying, Indianapolis has to beat somebody, and Houston has to beat somebody. And if either one of them, if both of them lose, we leapfrog both of them.
That's
in the position.
Or y'all winning. What if y'all lose? Then what?
We got to beat. We still have to beat one more team.
Listen,
the Ravens.
I'm gonna tell you this. You have to end the season with a better record than the Colts and Houston because they both own the tiebreaker over y'all. Y'all have to end the season with a record.
I'm looking at it right here on this phone right here from the NFL. I'm looking at it, and it says, this is according to the NFL, Steelers lost to Seattle Seahawks, and Indianapolis Colts win over Las Vegas Raiders, and Buffalo Bills win over the New England Patriots, and Los Angeles Chargers win over the Denver Broncos, and Jacksonville.
What the hell is that?
Hey, listen, all that has to happen for us to be totally eliminated, and Jacksonville to win over Carolina, and the Houston Texans have to win against the Titans. It's not going to happen.
Listen, I just said the same thing in a shorter amount of time. What I said was your Steelers have to have a better record than both the Colts and the Texans.
As simple as that.
To make it
the
to
Colts
the
and the Texans.
Because
that's right.
Because both those teams own the tiebreaker over the Steelers based off of the winning percentage of the conference. So actually, right now, you guys are out of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of that
because you're behind them. Right.
All of that will go away if Seattle beat y'all. If Seattle beat y'all and one of these guys win, you guys are done. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to lose?
Yeah.
Why would you want to lose?
So you have to win.
You gotta win.
We're not gonna lose. We're not gonna lose. We're not gonna lose either game. We're gonna win both games.
So hold. Now I'm lost. Like,
I said, for us to get totally knocked out, all of that would have to happen, and it's not gonna happen because we're gonna win and them guys gonna lose. That's what I'm saying.
I thought it was time. I thought it was time to crack the bubblies.
I mean, the way this season is going,
anything
or the Colts can mess around and win their division.
I got something I want to say to the Dallas Cowboy fans. Y'all just need to give it up. Y'all really do need to give it up. I'm talking to my man Malcolm Andrews. See, I say names. I don't be doing that anonymous nonsense, right? I'm talking to all Cowboys fans. My Aunt Jewel, right? I'm talking to all Dallas Cowboys fans. Sean Strong, he's a Giants fan, but you need to do your handle your business against the Cowboys. Relax. You know what I mean? All Cowboys fans. Y'all talked all this caca and it went straight according to plan. September, y'all was trying to get it together. October, y'all was the truth. November started falling off. Wait till we get to the end of the season. We're going to prove ourselves. We're going to go to Buffalo and win. We're going to go to Miami and win. We're going to do this. We run it. Dak is this. Dak don't get no love. Now look at you. After all is said and done, you had the whole world in your hands. The Eagles lost, did you favor? Right? The Lions was losing, did you favor? Right? The Rams and Tampa Bay was coming out of nowhere. Right? You had the whole world in your hands. And now look at you. You back to square one.
Back where they belong.
Back to square one, Cowboys fans. Look at you. And you got a game coming up on Saturday against a Detroit Lions team that's hungry, real, and ready. So
shout out to Detroit Lions for winning
what's your excuse this year? Mm-hmm. Why are you giving other cats or other platforms, other networks fodder to laugh at you? Wear big 10-gallon hats and be laughing at you with fake country accents. Why? You the Dallas Cowboys. You're supposed to be better than that. Where's Micah Parsons at? What happened to CeeDee Lamb? And I don't want to hear about the touchdowns he scored. All the touchdowns that CeeDee Lamb scored got you where you at right now. Looking up at the Eagles. You know I'm saying facts. I don't do the opinion thing.
No. I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys
Cowboys fans. Let me live. I'm talking to the Cowboys fans right now. Right? They're about to crack the bubblies on y'all again for another year of y'all not winning the Super Bowl. Don't worry about the undefeated. 72 Miami Dolphins ain't worried about none of that. It's another year where y'all going to be at home around the family. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Watching somebody else win the Super Bowl. So I'm trying to figure out, as a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan who's got a Super Bowl in the last 5 years, right? How we got it is another story, but we got it. That's one more. That's one more than y'all, and we got another one since the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna pop my collar. I'm gonna talk my ish. So it's not about the Cowboys and what they're gonna do. It's about the Cowboys and when they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's for me. And as far as the rest of the NFC is concerned, like my Buccaneers, we creeping on the come up, baby. You know what I'm saying? We creeping on the come up. 8-7 is 8-7, but again, at the end of the day, it's not 7-8. It's not 4-11. So
Yeah.
again, we doing things, and again, like Browski said, like Windwalker said earlier, it's been a topsy-turvy year. Up is down, down is up. But then at the end of the day, like what do we always talk about, Browski? The cream always rises to the top.
Always rise to the top.
So
And
when you talk about the NFC, look at it. San Francisco, they had it all set up for them. Christmas
got
night,
blown out.
prime time, in front of everybody. They just got, they've been waxing everybody. They ran through the Eagles. They ran through Dallas. You know what I mean? They run through everybody they play, and they had a game at home. This could have put the proverbial foot on everybody's neck.
Oh man, they're
You know
going
what
to
I
put the
mean?
nail in the coffin on the whole NFC if
Absolutely.
they didn't get ran out their own stadium
Right.
on Monday. I mean,
Go ahead, Browski.
I mean, can we talk about this? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how all these other guys out here big up Brock Purdy. Like this guy is the second coming of Joe Montana, Steve Young combined out there in San Francisco. And then you have a guy by the name of Cam Newton, made a really good statement about Brock Purdy, calling him a game manager, and people took it as if Cam Newton said that he called him trash. He just called him a game manager, which is nothing wrong with being a game manager. And if you look at this team, everything they do is out front. He don't throw no deep bombs. There's no deep passes. Everything is 8 to 12 yards, catch and run. Okay, and when they went against the Ravens, they stopped all that. They put all of that to bed. Brock came out there throwing 4 picks, 3 in the first half, which was crazy. The way the game started out was crazy. I thought that they put the fixing on the Ravens when you got the damn refs tripping Lamar Jackson in the end zone, causing the safety. I was like, damn. I said, the way this game started, it looked like the fix is in for the 49ers to come out here and blow the roof off on top, of the Ravens. But little did I know that Brock Purdy was going to go out there throwing 3 picks in the first half. The picks was crazy. They got up in his grill on that so-called best offensive line. They keep saying Trent Williams, the best offensive lineman out there. Well, 2 of those picks was right in front of Trent. Popped the ball up. Ball came down Hamilton, and pick. It was like 2 tip balls. It was like tip drill out there. 2 tip balls out there. And the last one he threw directly to Roquan Smith. It was nuts. And everybody keeps talking about how Brock Purdy should be the MVP of the league. All that went out the window because Lamar Jackson to me is a clear cut MVP. He went to San Francisco and he ran through that 49ers defense. Everybody's dropping like flies. I don't know what's going on, but I'm still here. But like I said, Lamar Jackson slice and dice through that 49ers defense. They had no question for him. The kid Zay Flowers balling against that San Francisco secondary. Um, they that Baltimore defense definitely showed out. They kept everybody in check. They kept Debo in check. Debo had nothing. Debo had nothing for him. Debo ain't come out there dressing in all black with no all black Air Force Ones for the Ravens. They shut that down real quick. Um, and then that whole back and forth with Debo and Cam Newton crazy. Cam Newton kind of put him out there and saying, "My man, I don't got your phone number, so I don't know why you saying I'm calling you." So he kind of made Debo look a little crazy, like he lying out here. You muted, homie. Can't hear you. Say something.
Am I here? Am I here? Am I
All right,
here?
there you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, Debo, look the little human.
Very,
And
right?
again, a lot of cats, when you talked about the situation where, he said something about Cam or whatever, and Cam had the front on him. I
Yeah.
mean, it just is what it is with this, where we at right now, man. Cats will say anything,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah,
So
and like I was saying earlier, I was like, I feel like Lamar Jackson to me is the MVP. Like I feel like he proved that on Monday by going out there and destroying, that San Francisco defense. A lot of people want to look at Christian McCaffrey, as an MVP candidate, which yeah, I get it. I feel like he is the most important player on the 49ers roster, and he
mhm.
is and he is chasing down. He's now in real close to that touchdown record, but Lamar, he was gone last season. He didn't play last season, and then he comes back out.
and,
This
and, and
season.
and that was the crutch that they put
Yeah,
on Lamar, right? Where was
yeah,
he in December? And how come he's always hurt late in the season and things of that
yeah.
nature?
And he here.
When you talk, absolutely, when you talk about Christian McCaffrey, versus Lamar, my thing is this. I mean, Lamar, he touches the ball every play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Christian McCaffrey touches the ball the majority of the plays, you know what I mean? But it has to be a play for him or what, out of the backfield or just touching the ball, and
Yeah,
running. But again, I think that Lamar, put his stamp on the MVP. Brock Purdy definitely played himself out of it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because you look at it like the Heisman race. You got all these guys, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's up there. You know what I mean? They have to either play themselves into contention or play themselves out of contention. So to me, that's what Brock Purdy did. Brock Purdy played himself out of contention.
I
Christian
definitely
McCaffrey did what
do.
he needed to do, but Lamar Jackson went in there and played himself, as the leader in the race, going
Yeah.
on the road, and doing another NFC team dirty. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
and and, and again, man, it speaks to like what Windwalker was talking about earlier. It's like, you don't know what you're going to get out of this season. All the
Yeah.
teams that's supposed to make noise, they stub their toe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Gone is the day of the 14-2 team, and you know what I mean, the 15-1 team. Now that they play 17 games, you're not going to see a team 16-1. You're not going to
No.
see that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
these teams, and again, I said we talking. This down in sports talk. End of the year, we talking tonight, yo. A lot of
Yeah.
these cats put a lot of aspirations on these teams, and then when they stub their toe, they disappear. Now I didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
call them the worst thing ever. You know what I mean? And then when they win a couple of games, are they back in the Super Bowl hunt? Are they back in the Super Bowl conversation?
Right.
To me, they was never in the Super Bowl conversation. They just got hot, right? So, what team this year, in your eyes, Browski, has been a team that's been on an ascension since week one?
Um,
Nobody. Go ahead.
I would have to say the Ravens. I would have to go back to them because this was a big year, a big comeback year. Lamar being out all last season. The questions about his contract, the back and forth they had all season with the
Mm-hmm.
contract. Also with having Odell Beckham there. He coming off as a serious injury. He basically haven't played in what, almost 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years. And then, losing key pieces like Mark Andrews. That was his security blanket, that his star tight end. And then losing Dobbins, in the first game of the
Right,
season,
right, right.
who just
At the beginning,
yeah,
right, right.
who just came back, and then he goes back out for another season-ending injury, and then you just losing running backs here, and then you have the rookie come in, fill in. He's doing numbers, and then he goes down for the rest of the year. So now you just got Gus Edwards and a whole carousel of guys back there, and then you had Zay Flowers, the rookie, coming out, taking over that number one slot, being the key target for Lamar, and just Lamar just showing that he is a top tier quarterback and MVP worthy. So I definitely got to say, I see the Ravens, as being that team from the beginning of the season. Their stock has just been rising and rising and rising, because a lot of people wasn't even thinking, they're thinking maybe they was a wild card team, or
Mm.
or they may sneak in, because the NFC North, at the beginning of the season, we're looking real, extra tough, because we didn't see this Sean having this type of drop off. We thought that, hey, Cleveland has no more excuses. They got a quarterback finally. And now when we look at it, it's like, well, this is a $230 million mistake, that's going on in Cleveland. And then you look at the Bengals, you know, uh, Joe Burrow getting hurt. He had a rocky, he started off being hurt this season, came back, he started to get into the flow, and then boom, broke his wrist. He got a wrist injury, and now he out for the rest of the season. And now the Bengals, who was looked at as potentially being, the NFC North, division leader, and now at the bottom of the division. And then, as you talking to Win, we had the Steelers. We thought we had another season with Kenny Pickett. There would be some progression. All we saw was regression with Kenny Pickett and the whole Steelers, and changing of the offensive coordinators, and now questions about the coach. So when you look at the Ravens, it's like, damn, they came out the mud sitting up top, and Lamar Jackson, to me, like I say, should be MVP. Um, what team did you see, that from the bottom at the
Um,
top?
I'm gonna kind of talk about your Ravens thing. Like
Uh-huh.
I we talked about at the beginning of the season. I had the Ravens going to the Super Bowl against the Eagles.
Okay.
Um, I thought that the Ravens, after they played the carousel of who's going to make more money and who's
Yeah.
signing all this contract dollars and things of that nature, right? I looked at it. I said, you know what? Everybody's going to have their turn at being that guy or that team, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at you start with Miami, Baltimore, Kansas City, Detroit, even your Eagles, you know what I mean? The 49ers now, you got to put them in that mix.
Oh
So
yeah.
again, when you talk about a team that has been on the ascension, and you're right to a records degree, because they got the best record in the league, and they've proven themselves, by knocking off, the teams that everybody else, was losing to. But you talk about the Ravens, like 22-19 loss against the Colts, right? They lost to the Steelers, um,
Mm-hmm.
but they also crushed the Lions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They crushed the Seahawks. You know what I mean? They took a tough loss against the Cleveland Browns. So I say all of that to say this. Like when you talk about a team that's on the ascension, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
kind of like look at where we are right now, you're right that Baltimore Ravens are that team because, like you said, what they went through with the injuries, you know what I mean? the scenarios and the different situations that they went through with Lamar.
Yeah,
Still trying
yeah.
to figure out where he's at. But you look at the teams, the top teams in each division in the AFC. Each of those teams, Miami has 3 conference losses. Baltimore has 3 conference losses. All right, I'm not even going to count Jacksonville because they're 8-7. They lead the division, but they got 5 conference losses. All right,
Yeah.
and Kansas City's got 3 conference losses.
Yeah.
So as much as we'd like to talk about how the AFC was going to be crazy, and you talked about how Joe Burrow got hurt, but it kind of messed everything up, and Jacksonville fell off and stuff like that. Kansas City not being right. I think that the AFC right now is still up for grabs. The way that this season is going and flowing. That Baltimore, if Baltimore doesn't make it to the Super Bowl, I'll be surprised. If anybody else besides Baltimore makes it out of the AFC, I'll be surprised with the way things are going. So as far as the NFC is concerned, and I told you this, Browski, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. You know what I mean? And I might run around and go get me a Wilbert Montgomery jersey just on the strength. I told you. I said, look, all y'all gotta do is sit back like this, right? And watch the Dallas Cowboys implode. Watch.
Oh, yeah.
Watch. And see now, and when I said, Browski, don't worry. The 49ers, right? They got a chance to stub their toe, and you saw what happened. They stubbed their toe. So now the only thing that's between y'all and getting back to the number 1 seed is the 49ers losing again. That's it.
Yeah.
Y'all do what y'all who y'all got? Y'all got what the Cardinals and the
Got
Giants?
the Cardinals. We got Cardinals, then Giants.
Yeah. So that's 2 wins right there. So that's a 13-4 right there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Detroit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I said 13-4.
Yeah, that's a 13-4 right there. So all you got to worry about, the only concern besides y'all finishing y'all work and doing y'all numbers and finishing 13-4 is if the 49ers finish with the same record as y'all going on the road.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as the rest of the NFC is concerned, I'm proud of my Bucks. My thing right now is remember we talked about the ceiling and the floor, right?
Yeah.
For me, the ceiling right now for Tampa Bay is that home playoff game. We got it in our hands right now. The floor is missing the playoffs, Browski.
Yeah.
Gotta
win these next 2 games.
We talked about, you asked me who did I see as a team that was on the ascent constantly. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The team that I talked about last year, even though they stubbed their toe like everybody else, I'm gonna say it, Browski. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's a hot team right now, yo. Can't take nothing from us. 4 in a row.
That's not a surprising take, but I kind of thought that you may go with the team that we had talked about for the past 2 years, as in the Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions, right.
Finally won the division. They finally won the NFC North.
Shout out Rocket Bash. Shout out Royce 5'9".
It's been 30 years. It wasn't even called the NFC North. It was the NFC Central.
It was the NFC Central, yep. And Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Green Bay, yep, that's right.
It was the NFC Central. It wasn't no North, and they finally won.
You win it to save your life. Now it's I think it's a new day, and I talked about it last year. I thought when they got the kid Hutchinson from Michigan, I thought that was going to be the beginning of the turnaround. And again, like we just talked about, Browski, the Lions. I would have said the Lions, but my Buccaneers are in first place right now. You know what I mean? So I gotta represent for my squad. But I think that the Lions may be on that ascent. But when you talk about the Lions, Browski, I say, you know what? You know what my mind flashes back to? You know what I'm ready to say. My mind flashes back to Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
When they had the whole world in their hands.
The whole world. I mean, they gotta make it difficult, right?
You know what I mean? And they spit the bit.
They did. They did. And but I gotta look at it from this perspective because Dan Campbell, who's their coach, he was on that 0-16 team. Remember that 0-16
Mm-hmm.
Detroit Lions team? And for him to come full circle to be the head coach of the Detroit Lions that has
Mm-hmm.
finally won the
Win
division,
the division, right?
it come full circle for him, in a way. So that's why I was like, I gotta, if I had to pick a team in the NFC, it would have to be Detroit, um, because they finally won. It took Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre to be retired. It took them to go out and bring Jared Goff, who was a lost soul out there in LA, to bring him to a place where nobody wanted to be. Detroit was a place where nobody wanted to go to Detroit. It was a place where your career dies. And now it's a place that people will want to go. Dan Campbell has brought in a winning attitude, a winning environment at a place that had that losing mentality for over 30 years. And it's just nice to see a team that been down for so long finally be able to poke the chest out.
That's true. That's true. Absolutely. And enough respect to what was going on in Detroit. Um, but like we always talk about Bosky, I feel like, we football heads, what I mean? We look down the line, the season, you say, you know what? Okay, it's towards the end of the season. If you have a good team, you're looking at the playoffs. You have a bad team, you're playing for a draft positioning.
Yeah.
So if your team is good, you say, you know what? Okay, we're not looking at this year's schedule. We're looking at next year's schedule because you can go from, sugar to sugar honey iced tea in a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when they you like Tampa Bay, for example, you know what I mean. You have a loser record, you get a loser schedule. You turn
Yeah.
around that loser schedule, and then all of a sudden, boom, you get hit with the division winners and you know what I mean, and mad, national televised games and all that. Now
Mhm.
you back on now it's shine time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So the first year doesn't really tell it, it's the second year.
It's
So
always the
I think
second
yeah,
year.
it's always the second year that tells it. And no matter how you slice it, that's how it falls. You know what I mean? And in regards to what's going on as far as the NFC is concerned, I think that it's probably a done deal when you look at when you look at the teams and you look at how everything is going down,
Yeah.
as far as NFC is concerned, it's a done deal. The teams that we're looking at now, that are gonna be the ones that are in, you know what I mean, and to play wild card weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, what do you feel in regards to how the Kansas City Chiefs? How everybody's going crazy about first it was the drop passes, then it was what's the chick's name?
Uh, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? Now it's they're a mortal they're a mortal team. You know what I mean? Oh, Kansas City's never had a playoff game on the road. Patrick Mahomes never had to go on the road in the playoffs. Son, this is life. Now, what you gonna do? Everybody was talking about how the Kansas City Chiefs are the darlings of the league. They can't be beat. You know what I mean? Nobody can stop them. Who's gonna stop them? And all this time, I'm gonna talk tonight, Brodsky. I'm sorry. All this time, while they were scoring 38, they was giving up 35.
Mhm.
All this time, we talked about what the Kansas City Chiefs are going to do offensively. What are they going to do defensively? So again, are the Kansas City Chiefs getting their comeuppance? Are they getting what they deserve? Was it a dynasty that never got full realization? What are we talking about? Because Kansas City got a couple of chips out the deal, right? And they're still talking about them in the aspect of them being this super team that nobody can touch, but yet and still they're going to be on the road in the playoffs. Well, you got on the other end of the spectrum, you got the Buffalo Bills, right? Who everybody loved Josh Allen. Everybody. They can't win. They can't get out their own way. Soon as they win a game, now it's you got to watch out for the Buffalo Bills. No, you don't. You know who I'm more scared of in the AFC, Browski? And this is gonna probably bug you out. Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns. That's who I'm scared of. With a 99,000-year-old Joe Flacco really good defense, some guys that can make things happen in the backfield. Cleveland could be anybody.
Now that's true. Um, the Browns has definitely reemerged themselves. You know, it was a little dark cloud over there with Deshaun,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and bringing in a guy and Joe Flacco. Which, by the way, I have to say, the Jets did not want to sign him. You know, a team that desperately needed a quarterback
Yeah,
said,
they
"No,
definitely could have used them, right?
we
Absolutely.
don't want you, Joe. It's okay. We don't
Nah,
want you."
right.
And then he gets
The best
signed to
days are behind him.
Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to Cleveland, and he got Cleveland at the top of the wild card. You know,
Turned up.
he got Amari Cooper. You know, out there breaking records. You know, out there slinging the rock, breaking records. And then that defense have been um a strong arm the whole season. You know, they have won them plenty of games. You know, they that defense is the reason why they was able to go through their growing pains with Deshaun Watson, and then him getting hurt, and then bringing in the rookie Dorian, Rob Thompson, whatever his name was, and he got hurt, and then for them to bring in Joe Flacco, who was sitting on his couch watching Hallmark movies, come in and what was it? What, 3 straight wins? Was it two to three? Was it 3 straight wins now?
And playing very well at
And
that.
playing very well. He kind of looked like Joe Flacco from the Baltimore Raven days. How he's just out there slinging that rock around, you know?
No, listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna keep it pushing. Well, the Ravens are the old Cleveland Browns. That was a
Oh
joke.
well,
That was a joke. That was a joke. I'm sorry. The Baltimore
well.
Ravens are the old Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, we in the building down in Sports Talk, man. This is the end of the year chop up, man. We will not be doing the show on January the 2nd because
Nah,
everybody has to recover from their hangovers and all that good stuff. So
exactly.
we will be back in the building January the 9th, right?
Hmm.
Get you caught up on everything, get ready for the divisional playoffs and whatever else is going on. We're gonna be right there to chop it up and talk about it.
Can we
Um,
can
go ahead, Broski.
can we talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
who's out here doing a best New York Yankee impersonation by trying to buy a championship? Like you go from Shohei, you get the Japanese kid, what's his name? What?
Yamamoto.
Yato Yamamoto, what, 325 mil, 7 years, like 7 years, 325. Outbid everybody. Outbid the Yankees, my Phillies. I outbid the Braves. They outbid everybody, and I think it was the Shohei effect. You know, the Shohei. And what's the other pitcher they got? They just signed to. Oh,
Oh, from Tampa Bay,
from Tampa.
Glassnow.
Yes, yes. So like, it's looking crazy over there, and with me saying all of that, guess what? They'll still win 100 plus games and not make it to the World Series because that's what the LA Dodgers do. How many times have they won over
A little
100
early.
games?
Hate,
That's right. That's right. How many times have
hate.
they won over 100 plus games and didn't even get out of the wild card? They didn't even make it. They didn't even make it to the NLCS. They out the first round, so they can go ahead and sign all those names. Okay, they can go ahead because he over there throwing 100 miles per hour fastballs in Japan but I ain't see him throw those against guys like Aaron Judd, Bryce Harper, Arcia, Juan Soto, Tatis, Matt Olson. I need to see him throw that against guys like that and not get it rocked out. Okay, I want to see him throw that 100 miles per hour fastball to Bryce and not see him knock it out, or throw it to Kyle. I need to see him play against our best players for me to jump out the window. Yes, would I like to have him on my team? Of course I would. But now that he's not here,
Well, it would have been a whole. It would have been a whole different conversation.
we had a whole nother conversation. It would want a whole
That's a
nother
whole. That's a
direction.
whole fact.
Yeah, but since he's not here, he's
Right.
an enemy, and now we're gonna blast that ball off. Okay.
Okay.
I want to see all of that.
I'll see talking greasy, y'all.
That's right. I'm ready for baseball season. I'm ready for it because I'm tired of it. Like, go ahead, Dodgers. Go ahead. Who else you want to pay for it? Shohei not pitching. Shohei not going to pitch to 2025, and you better hope that he still got that same juice, because everybody ain't Bryce Harper. Everybody can't come off of Tommy John surgery and be effective. I want them to keep that in mind. Everybody ain't that special like Bryce. Okay, he could come out next season and it don't have the same power in that swing. Don't have the same speed, because anytime you have a significant injury like that, I always say you come back a little bit less than what you was. You leave a little bit of yourself on that surgery table. You never come back 100%. You might be 95, you might be 90%, might be 87, but you never 100%. So
Okay.
definitely.
Listen, I would say this about the Dodgers, right? You're 150% on point, but I'm hearing that they want to put Otani has been saying that he's willing to play the outfield. So I listen. They got to get their money's worth.
I mean, listen.
However they get it, you know what I mean? However they get
to.
it. But like you said, you so right. That's why we got Browski down with the team, Like nobody else would have even thought to say, well, we're going to see how Yamamoto is going to respond, how his pitching is going to translate to Major League Baseball from the Japanese league. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's and that is like, and I don't even like talking like that, but it's a whole fact. It is. Yeah. It's a whole fact. Like again, the Dodgers spend all that money. I don't hear nobody say the evil empire, but when the Yankees was doing it, everybody was, because they were scared. You know why? I'm gonna talk my inch tonight. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they were scared. They were scared to dig into their pockets. George Steinbrenner wasn't scared. George Steinbrenner, all he wanted to do was win at whatever cost. If you scared to go dig deep in your pockets to bring your city and your team and your town a championship, that's not on us. That's on you. So now what happens is they got this little luxury tax. Well, now all the teams that are winning to have the high payrolls, they got to contribute to the little sisters of the poor, the Milwaukee Brewers of the world. Right? So now so they can have the Pittsburgh Pirates of the world. So they can have money on their payroll so they can attract free agents or they can make some wheeling and dealing. You know what I mean? But I say that's nonsense because you know why? Look at the Florida Marlins. The Florida Marlins was winning World Series. Before that, Sheffield, Josh Beckett, A.J. Burnett. Don't play with me. They beat the Yankees to win a World Series 1 year, way back a long time ago. So, again, at the end of the day, it's about the talent being dispersed all over the league now. The Yankees aren't the only ones with the deep pockets. Teams is coming out of there. I look at the Angels.
Yeah.
They spent all that money for Mike Trout and Otani.
And with nothing.
What they got to show for it?
They couldn't even smell the playoffs. They ain't smell the postseason.
So, and you look at the Dodgers teams. They've had a chip in the recent recent past. But the way that the Dodgers are formulating, I think that's what Brodsky was saying. They're formulated to just win.
Yep.
They're pitching from Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Urias. You know what I mean? Then the Mookie Betts, they move him all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And they got the kid Outman, that young outfielder that they got.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Justin
Turner. Like, come on.
Freddie Freeman. You know what I'm saying? So again, when you talk about the Dodgers are built to win. And then you look at the division at the end. Who's going to challenge them? The Colorado Rockies? Knock it off. So again, the Dodgers, and it's LA. What else you want to say? It's LA. You better win. You don't want to end up like Artie Moreno and them down the block at Anaheim. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be like the San Francisco Giants. They swing and miss at all the free agents. Carlos Correa, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani. They swing and miss on all of them. So again, the Dodgers better have jumped out the window, because again, at the end of the day, now you're gonna have to jump back in the window to get that World Series championship. Now you done jumped out the window to get the guys. You got two guys that's making 3 times as much as the Oakland A's payroll.
Yeah, they two guys that the whole payroll. Yes, that's
the whole entire payroll.
Two
guys for the Dodgers.
Two guys.
2 guys on the Dodgers can pay the Oakland A's.
And they can own them right now.
They can own the Oakland A's. 2 guys win.
2 guys.
Shohei and Yamamoto.
Yep.
$500 million, I know.
Because I'm like, man, I'm always ready for baseball, because baseball is my favorite sport. But as far as the Yankees, I'm gonna keep it real. Juan Soto, I'm glad we were talking about that for years. Juan Soto coming to the Yankees, right field is gonna be perfect for him. Blah blah blah, this and that. You know what I'm worried about with Juan Soto? Is trying to do too much too fast, because Yankee Stadium is gonna be on tilt.
Yeah.
Let us get one more guy, preferably a pitcher. Let us get one more. What's that in the background there, yo? It's crazy. Let us get one more guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And with Soto, Judge, the kid Jason is coming back at the end of June. We got so we're gonna be ready.
The little young dude, the new little
dude. Dominguez, Jason Dominguez.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be ready, man. But I just hope that everybody stays healthy. You know what I mean? It's always somebody gets hurt. He's gonna be out for 10 games. He's on the IL. Blah blah blah. This and that. And Stanton is not the linchpin to it all. You know what I mean? I'm more concerned about what Rodon is going to bring. Rodon sucked last year.
Well, Rodon,
Carlos Rodon sucked. All that money we gave him, he's garbage. Right. So, and the Baltimore Orioles and Toronto Blue Jays and Tampa, they're not waiting for nobody.
Yeah. Especially Baltimore.
Especially Baltimore.
Especially
and they got another dude that's coming.
Yeah.
With the go along with Gunnar Henderson and Artley Rushman, the catcher. They got another dude that's coming. Yeah. Jackson, somebody, he's coming. Yeah. So the Orioles ain't playing
up is going up and up. But you definitely gotta worry about Juan Soto in New York. He's doing all the
it's gonna be crazy.
Stuff out in San Diego. Come on, man. He's gonna be doing some wild stuff in New York, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I just hope that defensively he could be a president. I don't need him to be a Gold Glove. I just need him to cover his ground out there in left field and make it happen. You know what I mean? And the lineup, we got a lineup that can go with anybody. But like you said, Browski, you can have all the money, all the big names, and you still at Home Depot buying batteries for your remote when the playoffs start.
Exactly, because we all know how it is in that batter's box. It
can be
lonely and ice cold.
Speaking of baseball, they changed some of the rules for 24. They're gonna take I think it was 20 seconds when you had somebody was on base. Now it's going to be 18. So I mean, they they can't leave well enough alone. They always take
I
her in.
so 20 second. I mean, so 18 seconds when you got a base runner. Are they keeping the fifth? What was it? 15 for the non-base runner. Like
They keep it at. They're just changing when you have a runner on base. They're just changing that, and they're changing a couple of other things in regards to the baseline. I think they're making the baselines a little bit wider. You know what I mean?
they
Because there's
got
a whole.
to because of how big the bags are on first and third, and the distance between like home and third and first and third is wild. And I think they probably want to kind of and get more stills. They want more stills, and I feel like they want more squeeze bunts. I think they're trying to do this to incorporate people to bunt more. I feel like they,
Mhm.
with widening out the field a little bit, it give you more space to bunt. I mean, I guess they're still trying to figure out ways to keep the game a little bit more
It's
quicker.
your fault.
I mean, because
It's your fault.
I
And
mean, look,
I'm gonna talk tonight.
the trial
It's
went
your
down,
fault.
but
It's your fault. I
they
remember
said
Brocky said, "Man, I ain't got no time to be sitting
I
out
don't
no
got
hot
time. I don't
sun."
got 4 hours. I don't got 4 hours. Okay. So they
It's your
said,
fault.
listen, we can make it a little bit more quicker. Little bit more quick. I mean, last season the average was like what, like 220. Yeah, it was like 220, 218, somewhere around there. The average baseball game, probably like what, 225, I want to say. So we could get it down 222, 220, you know?
That's doable. So that's why. So that's why I said it's your fault. So now they reduced the thing from 2018. So now they go from commercial. Now they got the commercial showing while the game is showing. They got the splits. They used to this.
You got the split screen.
Yeah, they got the split screen. They ain't missing no money. I'm telling you, they ain't missing no money. But again, I'm with you on that, Browski. I'm looking
I like
forward to
it.
baseball season. Looking forward to seeing what the Yankees are going to do. There's still some free agents out there. Cody Bellinger is out there. He's asking for $200 million. I think that's why he's still out there.
Yeah, that's a little too much for you, Cody.
Yeah.
You're not Cody from the past. You're not young Cody out there.
Right.
200.
Wow.
I can't
I
talk to
can't do
you.
it, son. Can't do it.
Yeah, maybe like, I mean, maybe 110, 120, couple years.
That sound
Maybe,
about right. I
you
can do
know,
that. That sound
you
about
know,
right.
yeah,
Yep.
maybe like
Sound
110,
about right.
120,
200,
couple
you wildin'. Who you think?
5 years.
You are? Who you think you are?
Yeah, 200
Who you think you are? Xander Bogarts? Who you think you are?
facts.
You know what I'm saying? But
200.
again, we talk about the baseball thing. What from 23 is 2023 is one of your favorite memories in regards to baseball, as far as baseball.
Bryce Harper playing first base. Him coming back off of Tommy John surgery in like what, 8 months, 8, 9 months is unheard of. Number one, coming back able to hit and then transitioning from right field to first base and being a pretty damn good first baseman has to be one of my top memories for baseball. Having him come out and doing that. What's one of yours?
I knew I was waiting for. I thought you never asked. Besides Domingo Herman and his perfect game, which
Yeah.
I just had to bring that up. Tim Anderson, you got knocked up. Tim Anderson, Mr. Boys Club, Mr. Some under shady things going on, Mr. Tim Anderson.
Instagram.
Yeah, Mr. Instagram man. You messed with the wrong dude, didn't you? Jose Ramirez got them hands.
Yo, he hit him quick too.
Which one was worse? That Tim Anderson one or the one when the Texas Rangers Roughneck Odor?
Oh.
He punched up.
Mm.
Yo.
No, I gotta go with the Texas Ranger one. Yeah, Adore
Which
because.
one was worse?
What about you, Wayne?
Yo, wait,
I
talk to
I
him.
think it was Tim Anderson.
Yeah, this Tim Anderson was
That
putting up
was
his joint. Like, yo, he's about to get busy, and my man said, "No, senor, no."
Yeah, he punched him
Remember,
straight in his
he
face.
said he had to get a Roberto Duran flashback. He hit that dude, and oh
yeah,
man,
but that was the Houston Rock the Houston that was more of a chase. That was more of a chase thing. It wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't this. Yeah, it was more of a chase. You
yeah,
know.
what you
yeah.
talking about?
I
With
get it.
Roughneck Odor and the dude from Toronto Blue Jays?
Yeah,
Nah, it was that second base. He slid into
Now,
him.
Adore, yeah, no, there's a
I
second base
know,
like Tim.
but I'm
Go ahead.
saying, but then it just went. You know.
Yeah, he threw his joints up, and my man said, "Nah, B, hold that." He shook him. He had his knees popping, bro. But the Tim Anderson one was worse because he put Anderson on his back.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he knocked him down.
And
yeah,
when he got on his feet, he was still dazed and confused.
he liked that fighter with a dude hit him, and then he got back up and didn't even know where he was at, and just walked over there.
Almost like Zab Judah. when he got knocked up by Costa Zoo.
Yeah,
When he got hit by Costa Zoo, he did the Harlem Shake.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta
Word up,
understand.
man. Word up. We talking tonight, man. We talk
Yeah,
and we gonna crack the
I got
bubblies.
something I want to talk about.
Go ahead,
I
We
Win.
got
gonna crack the
Go ahead,
bubblies
Win.
in a minute for those who not here. We gonna crack the bubblies for those who not here. Go ahead, Win. What you want to talk about, Playboy?
Okay, now in this segment, it's called "Where is the Pop Tarts?" We're going to talk about the 43. Did you hear me? 43 NCAA football bowl games. There are 43. 43.
It's way too many. Wait a minute.
43 bowl games.
Duke's mayonnaise bowl is on right now.
And let me give you some names. Let me give you some.
I know you've been dying. I know you've been dying to do this all day.
I've been dying. Okay. The playoff games, they normal, you know, the semifinals at the Rose Bowl, you know, in Pasadena. Then we got the All-State Sugar Bowl. Them is normal bowls.
Yeah.
Then it gets interesting. Okay, we've had the Goodyear Cotton Bowl before. Okay, we got the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Okay, the Capital One Orange Bowl.
Uh-huh.
Then we got the Fiesta Bowl, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. All right. Have you ever been to Myrtle Beach? We have the Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
We have the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Do you have a cricket phone?
Get to the good ones. Get to the good ones.
Okay. Okay. We got the Cricket Celebration Bowl. We got the RL Carrier New Orleans Bowl.
Let's go, Win.
Oh, we got the Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl. We got the Isoleta New Mexico Bowl. We eat Isoleta. Okay, wait. We got the Radiance Technology Independence Bowl.
That's great. That's crazy.
Do you like toast? We have the famous Toastery Bowl.
Toast?
Do you like coffee? We got the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
Oh, shit.
We got the Roof Claim Con Boca Raton Bowl.
Whoa.
We got the Human Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
Jesus
Not
Christ.
sarsaparilla, but
Gasparilla.
Gasparilla.
That's sarsaparilla.
Gasparilla.
Gasparilla. Right, right. That's right,
Gasparilla.
right,
Oh,
right.
hey, wait. You
There's
like
more. There's
potatoes?
more.
There's more. You like potatoes?
Oh
We
yeah.
like the we got the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Then we have the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. You know what SRS Distribution is?
Now what's that?
Marijuana.
Oh,
The SRS Distribution Bowl in Las Vegas, Nevada.
that fits
Okay.
in perfectly. That fits in perfectly. I
Hey,
wouldn't expect it to be anywhere else.
well, one of my favorite of all is, as you said a while ago, you can't have a sandwich if you don't have Duke's Mayo. We have Duke's Mayo Bowl, and
That's crazy.
if you want to watch TV, we got the Direct TV Holiday Bowl.
Oh,
And you know it's January coming up. We got the Tax Act Bowl. You can get your taxes done while you're watching the bowl game.
that's on right now too.
Now, you know what? When I eat my sushi, I like a little wasabi on it. So you
Don't
know
say they got
what?
wasabi bowl.
Stop being nasty.
I, I'm going to the wasabi Fenway Bowl.
Yeah.
Hey, for real. And you know, if you need your yard cut, we got the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium. But my
Word up.
favorite one of all is the Pop Tarts Bowl.
Pop Tarts Bowl. That's crazy.
Pop Tart
The Pop
bowl.
Tarts Bowl.
Do,
North
do you
Carolina
want to go
State.
eat some
Kansas
Pop
State.
Tarts? Yeah, we got. But if you're hungry for some
And they got the
cereal,
trophy. They got Pop Tarts popping out the trophy. That's crazy.
yeah,
That's crazy.
and you know what? If you want some cereal, we got the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Word.
They're great.
You're
Get your
great.
get your car fixed. You got the AutoZone Liberty Bowl.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
You want a nice snack. You got the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Know what I mean?
Oh, but if you watching down the Sports Talk and you at the bar, gotta go to the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl.
That's what
That's
it
cra-
is.
wow. Barstool Sports got a bowl. They sponsor
Yeah.
the bowl. That's crazy.
Listen. Dreams can come true. Can you imagine the Down and In Sports Talk Bowl?
Oh,
Know what I
did
mean?
you?
Like
Let's
that's
get
what
it.
it is. Dreams can come true, man. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Let's get it.
crazy.
That's it's you
Man,
got a
there's
little
so many.
you got a little bit of money. You got a little bit of money. Shout out and shout out to one of my favorite stories from 223. Pornhub. They was trying to get the naming rights to the arena where the Miami Heat play. Now that would have been very interesting.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm
Welcome to
dead
Pornhub
serious.
State.
Yeah, that would have
Welcome
been
to
very
Pornhub Arena.
Welcome to
interesting.
Pornhub Stadium. Pornhub
Welcome to
Stadium.
welcome to
Pornhub Arena.
Pornhub Arena.
Yeah.
Pornhub.
And on the
You
top
got-
floors,
You got the
you got
Miami Heat
dildos.
and the New York Knicks playing
You know?
out the Pornhub Arena in
Yes.
South Beach, Miami, Florida.
Listen, you think Stephen A. Smith want to go to Miami now?
Oh, he would be, and
Oh,
He
he would
really
love
he-
it.
listen, man. We're doing the NBA chop up. This is the end of the year, the last one for the year, man. Down in Sports Talk. We appreciate everybody that rock out with us, man. Appreciate everybody that chimed in. Appreciate everybody that comments. Appreciate everybody that checks us out. Appreciates the followers, the subscribers, hitting that like and subscribe button over there on YouTube. You know what I mean? Facebook is going down. We appreciate y'all. We try to make it happen, make it do what it do, man. Have some fun with it. Now we're in the basketball chamber. You see your boy John Morant up to his old tricks
Boy.
again. Now, I'm not gonna get on him, man, because
All he did was do that. That's all he did.
The excuse is built in. I wanted to see what you guys thought about it because the excuse is built in. But for me, it's like you need to stay as far away from that as humanly possible.
I think it was
That's just
poor
my
choice.
opinion. Go ahead, Broski.
I think it was poor choice. You know, it was a poor choice for him to make these hand gestures. You know, you just came up with a 25-game suspension for having the blicky on you, not
Right.
once,
Right.
but twice.
That's
In
right.
2 different scenarios. You know, you He had a 25 game, and then he had what, like 11, like 8, 11 game in the
Man,
beginning,
they slapped you
and
on the wrist.
25.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say he had a total of 36 games that you've been out of because of you and guns. And then for you to just return, you haven't been back a whole week. You played in 2 games. And then in the second game, this is the celebration right here. This right here, the guns is a celebration. Like what's not clicking in your mind? And now that goes to show me that wherever BS counseling that you went into was was that
It's
BS.
exactly that. BS, right?
It was no counseling at all. So by Adam Silver making people having to go to counseling as a criteria to come back off of suspension, this right here shows you that it don't matter. It doesn't work because he came right back into the league and did the same thing, okay, with the hand gesture. So it's a slap in the face to Adam Silver, and all I could do was laugh because guess what? You reap what you sow. You went in hard body karate on this kid, but you got this other guy,
Mm-hmm.
Josh Giddey, once again,
Mm-hmm.
still able to play in games while under investigation for something far worse than flashing
Way
a gun
worse.
in the car or in the club. He didn't shoot the gun; he just showed the gun. But you got Josh Giddey, who's out here having quote unquote, questionable relationships with a minor, not once but twice with 2 different girls. But he's still allowed to play in the league and things like that. So to me, that's telling me NBA is anti-gun, pro the other stuff.
Mm. I feel you. I feel
You
you.
know,
And notice she never mentioned Draymond Green.
I I, I
Right,
didn't even have
right,
to.
right,
I
right.
didn't even
Absolutely,
have to.
absolutely, absolutely. So again, what are we looking at here? What are we,
What are we missing?
take it in every week, so we can come here on Tuesday or Wednesday night and talk about it. What are we doing? Like at the end of the day, this goes on and it's like a revolving door. Somebody's going to be the next guy to do some craziness, and Adam Silver's going to say, "Oh, okay, we're gonna set him, we're gonna sit him down indefinitely." We all know what that means. You miss a
Yeah,
week or two, and then you try to, get him to, try to ingratiate himself back in with the team. Like nobody's paying attention to what the hell's going on
yeah,
until the next incident.
and
You
it's
know what I'm
funny,
saying?
and it's
Go
funny
ahead.
how the media points out the John Morant thing. They want to talk about this,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody want to talk about Josh
Nobody want to
Giddey.
talk about Josh Giddey.
Nobody want to talk about Josh, but they would definitely talk about John Morant
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
real
yep,
quick
and
and
anybody
Draymond
else.
Green
That's
real
right.
quick.
That's
Nobody want
right.
to talk about Josh Giddey. So
And guess where John Moran is going to be playing tomorrow night? Denver. Where it all jumped
where it all
off at.
started. Where it all
Where it all
started.
jumped off at. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Um,
pretty sure they're gonna get right back on the plane after the game.
they
They're
going
not gonna be
yes,
staying there.
they're gonna tie a rope around his neck and be like, "Come on, you coming with us." Um, 2023, 2024 was I don't want to say a rough year, tough year because you guys did what you need to do, Eastern Conference Finals and all that. What do you think and what do you see in regards to the next move that might be made by the 76ers or Daryl Morey?
I see us going after Zach LaVine. We need a third scorer. Truthfully, I put this: Joel Embiid is playing the best basketball he has played in his whole NBA career right now. You know, he's he's playing his best basketball. I feel like we finally got the right coach for him and for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I still stand on we need one more scorer, someone who can come in the fourth quarter and get these easy buckets that we need. When Joel is off, he's going to be off on some nights. He's not going to score 30 plus points every game. Even though it looks like he could, because that's the path that he's been on this season so far. But I still feel as though, in my heart of hearts, that we still need a third scorer, especially going to the playoffs, because that's what I'm looking ahead to. I'm looking ahead to the playoffs. I know what we could do in the regular season, even though this regular season has been weird because of the scheduling change, because of the in-season tournament had thrown some things off. But I still feel as though we need a third scorer, and I believe that third scorer that we need is Zach LaVine. We have the draft picks, the bodies to make it happen. He doesn't want to be there. They don't want him there. So I feel like they should just do the deal and bring him here. A lot of people here has been talking about OG and Anobi, which to me, I don't understand how this guy became such a hot commodity, because other teams are also looking at him. Um, right now, to me, I feel like we don't need him here, because him and Tobias Harris are the same guy to me. Only thing that's different is he's younger than Tobias, and he may play a little bit better defense than Tobias. But if you look at their stats, look at their numbers, they're identical. You can put their numbers side by side, cover up the name, and you wouldn't know who
It was
was
up.
who.
Right.
They're the same guys. OG's just younger and just a little bit better defender. I feel like we just let him be where he just let him go somewhere else. Keep Tobias. All that money is coming off the books next season, so that we can sign someone, possibly Zach, to a longer extension. I know we're gonna have to pay Maxi soon, so that's also money, that can go in his pockets. But I feel like the right choice should be Zach LaVine, and I'm hoping Daryl Morey make that. And if it's not him, I can. I feel like we can go another direction. Getting the guy from Detroit, Bobanovich. He's balling.
Yeah,
And
Boban.
Bodanovich from
Yeah,
yeah, he's balling.
right.
He's a consistent scorer.
His name is always involved in some,
Always
and I think
involved. And what's
he would be a
crazy?
good piece. Yeah,
Yeah, he's really
Bogdanovich.
good.
Right.
He's a really good player. He's a really good piece. I could see him fitting in here too. Um, it's just crazy that he's on the Detroit Pistons, and
Yeah.
they're on the verge of tying the Sixers' old losing streak at 28 games. I think they're at 27 right now.
And that's sad. I mean, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. My New York Knicks, man, I feel like, 17-12. I can't be mad at it. It's definitely a better record than what I've been used to seeing the last few years. But this 4-game stretch that we get ready to come up on to go into the new year, we got the Thunder tonight. You know what I mean? We got at Orlando on the 29th. We got Indiana. You know what I mean? On the 30th, and then we got the Minnesota Timberwolves on New Year's Day. So again, Jalen Brunson, he's on pace to make his first All-Star team.
Yeah.
He's really shooting the ball well. He's becoming the de facto leader, and really kind of like pushing Julius Randle to kind of like a I don't want to say a sideline situation, but it's just where it's the attention's on Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? Where he used to
Well,
be.
he's the Robin to Jalen Brunson
Huh?
Batman.
Huh?
I said he's the Robin to Jalen Brunson Batman.
And he hates that. He feels like it should be the other way around. But the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? He I think he's not attempted as many 3-point shots, but he's making a higher percentage of them. So I think that's a great thing. I'm looking forward to the Knicks being definitely in the mix. You know what I mean? We're not talking about no play-in. We're not talking about none of that. We talk about a solid, 5th or 6th place squad in the East. Who could we get in the trade? Maybe they're talking about. I heard some whispers about Zach LaVine. And I heard some other things going on. You know what I mean? But again, I'm going to stick to what I've been saying the last couple of years about the Knicks. When the Knicks get right, Thibodeau's not going to be the coach. He's I've been saying it, and you know it. I've been saying it for a minute now. But and it's no disrespect to Tom Thibodeau because he has them playing well. But I just think that once we get into that mode where we're guaranteed top 3 in the East, top 2 in the East, no question about it. Thibodeau won't be there. Now, and that's no shade on him, but it just is what it is. What else? What else do you see in the NBA as far as surprises? Now, let me talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh man,
like
we can definitely talk about the Wolves. Go ahead.
Their record is 22-7. We used to see in the Timberwolves at this point in the year being 7-22.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Anthony Edwards is putting in his bid to be the face of the league, the top player of the league. You know what I mean? Doing his thing, 5 straight games for at least 25 points, doing his numbers. Where is Karl Anthony Towns in all this?
Karl Anthony Towns is the Robin to Anthony Edwards Batman. And Rudy Gobert.
That's the theme.
And Rudy Gobert is Alfred. Okay?
Right.
That's what it is. For years, people always mention the Timberwolves as being Karl Anthony Towns' team. Well, nobody said that to Anthony Edwards when he got drafted because as soon as he stepped foot in Minnesota, it has become his team. It's his team right now. And Anthony Edwards, he's a beast. I would love to have Anthony Edwards on my squad. He's amazing, He's a really good player. But how long can they sustain this pace? It's still early in the league, It's still early. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy that it's already about to be, the first of the year, and we're only about, 30 games into the season.
Right.
As I stated before, that in-season tournament kind of messed up a lot of, made the schedule a little weird. We're only 30 games into this NBA season, so it's still a very young season. But to have Minnesota sitting on top of the West, nobody expected that. Nobody threw the name Minnesota as one of the top 5.
Not at all. If they said they did, they lied.
Exactly. If they said that, they're lying because we always looking at the usual suspects: the Lakers,
Denver Nuggets,
the Warriors, the Suns. Especially Dallas.
Right.
Sacramento. For the most part. Right. And now, we gotta look at teams like Minnesota and OKC because them young guys are balling. In OKC, and we're looking at teams like Phoenix, and we're looking like, well, they start off the year with Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker. Well, it's kind of looking like the Brooklyn Nets with James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, because these guys are not playing together. Bill always hurt. Booker really recently just came back. From being hurt, and then you just have Kevin Durant there all by himself, by his lonesome, and you can see the frustration on Kevin Durant's face and in his body language while he's on the court. The other day, he had about like 10, 12 turnovers alone in a game. It's crazy. So you look at teams like that, and look at teams like the Lakers who won the in-season tournament. But since that win, and since they hoisted up that in-season tournament banner, they can't buy it.
They got how you buy an in-season tournament banner? What the hell is that?
Yeah, that's wild to me.
That's corny.
It's extremely wild. But what's crazy is that they can't buy a win. They can't buy a win. They went to Boston.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Ain't they still in the season?
Say it again.
Aren't they still in the season?
Yeah, they're still in season.
In the season.
And
they got a banner up
right now.
They can't buy a win to save their life.
Exactly. So they might be the first in-season champions to not make
not make the
the
playoffs.
playoffs. Okay, that's the real tournament. The real tournament is in April, right?
and,
it's
and, and,
in April
and
and
Godspeed,
in
to
June,
me,
in May, June. Like, nah.
that sums up LeBron right there in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? Like the in season tournament is your thing when you got the real NBA playoffs to consider. You know what I mean? You want an NBA championship in a bubble. Let's keep it real, right? So for me, in season, see that's what makes the Lakers. I don't even think a Lakers fan. That's Ice Cube. Does Ice Cube want an in season tournament banner hanging up in the Crypto.com arena?
Yeah.
Does Snoop
I,
want an in season tournament banner hanging up in the Crypto.com arena?
I don't
Come
think
on, yo.
I don't think none of these guys have acknowledged that in season tournament championship. I haven't really heard nobody really piping that up, bigging that up. Only them. And now, you know what's so crazy? You forget about the tournament like that. You forget all about that.
Right.
You know,
That's right.
it's a thing in the
Right.
past, an
Right.
unnecessary thing.
And
And
and and, and, and like you said, the Lakers won the tournament. Who did they beat? And who was the last four teams? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So again, we got a lot of basketball ahead of us, a lot of college basketball to talk about, a lot of stuff before we go do what we do. But this is the last one. We just want to get some things in now. We're gonna get to the part of the show where it's about to get serious right now. 2023 Down in Sports Talk Awards. All right. The first one, your coach of the year. Who's your coach of the year?
ooh, 2023 Coach of the Year. I will have to go with Dan Campbell.
Okay.
I'll go with Dan Campbell. 30 years, NFC North champions. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What's
All
yours?
right. Um, I was gonna say I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna leave that alone. My
Ah,
coach of the year is Dawn Staley,
okay.
University of South Carolina. I think that and in my opinion, that's not the first award that she's gonna walk away with from
Hmm.
this show. Um, what else needs to be said about her accomplishments and what she's done and how she's shown herself to be a leader, and I can see her 10, 15, 20 years from now being applauded and talked about like the next like C. Vivian Stringer, you know what I mean, the OG, who really came through and got it through the mud, and she's still here, you know what I mean, and she brings that energy, she brings that new energy to a situation that she's always been bringing energy to. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Now she's sporting, she's doing the fashion thing on the sideline, which I ain't mad at. But you know
Yeah.
why? Because she's a winner. You know what I mean? And she has that winning. She has that winning aura around her. So I'm gonna give Dawn Staley my Down in Sports Talk Coach of the Year because I think that she deserves it, and she's not finished yet. Who's your team of the year?
Mm. Team of the Year. 2023. Team of the Year. I would have to go with the Denver Nuggets for them winning their first chip, in 2022-2023 season. Um, they won their first championship. I had to give it to them. Jamal Murray coming back, doing this thing. Joker consistently triple double, unstoppable, ran through the playoffs. he was an unstoppable force, and we saw how good that they was when they had Jamal Murray and Joker playing together. And yeah, I'll have to give it to the Nuggets for winning their first championship.
All right.
Who yours?
My team of the year, hmm, Florida Atlantic. Um, they get 2 awards. Florida Atlantic gets the team of the year, and they get, I don't want to say donkey of the year, but they get the uh, I take it away and give it back award.
Take it away, give it back.
They had a dope run to the Final Four, but the way they went out was a lesson in how not to get tight at the end of games, because if anybody blew a game, it
Yeah,
was
they
Florida
blew it.
Atlantic in the Final Four.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah,
I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm watching this team just implode. Like, for real, for real. All of a sudden, it just shut down. Like the basketball IQ, and the moment it got big for them. You know what I mean? And everything just imploded. That Final Four run was dope. Nobody saw Florida Atlantic coming. You know what I mean? And they just got through beating Arizona, and then
true.
back in the top 25. So I got to give Florida Atlantic my team of the year.
Okay.
Who is your person of the year? Your sports person of the year? Take your time.
Ah, man. And you know what? I had a feeling you was going to ask this one next. I was thinking, like, who will my sports person of the year be? And um, I think I got two. I
Okay,
got
that's fair.
two. One being Coco Golf. You
Mm.
know, she came out, won her first major U.S. Open. Um, it was it came full circle for her from being a little girl in the stands, watching the likes of Venus and Serena, dominate at the U.S. Open, to her now taking that spot and being the dominating one out there, crushing the competition um, at the U.S. Open. And I was very happy and pleased to see her be able to accomplish that first major here in the States. Not at Wilmington or the French Open. It was nice to have it done here. And then my second person would have to be Simone Biles,
Hmm.
because she's the greatest Olympian ever, the greatest gymnastist ever. She has several moves named after her because only she can do these moves. She's the most accomplished gymnast ever. I don't think we will probably ever see anybody else be as dominant as she is in this one sport. With one sport with several different activities. She's amazing on the floor, the balance beam, the uneven bars. Like, she's great on the vault. It's crazy. She destroys the competition. She took time off, to have time for herself and to enjoy life, and then come back and crush the competition all over again like she haven't. So I would have to give it to those two young ladies because they are doing something remarkable, and Simone Biles is doing something that nobody ever have done or could ever do. Um, who's your person?
Um, you took the thunder away from me from one of them. And one of them was gonna be Simone Biles.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Um, but the other one, like I said, I mentioned her earlier. It has to be Dawn Staley.
Okay.
For what she's accomplished, you know what I mean? And she's just getting started, basically, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, I think that, under, difficult circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times, you know what I mean? She's dealt with it with class, and even, when, her team is kind of gets out of hand. She puts them in check. You know what I
Facts.
mean? And I think that Dawn Staley is well deserved of any accolades that she get. Man, I still see her being an NBA coach. I'm not even gonna let that go. I'm not
Yeah,
letting that
I
go.
can see it.
I'm a fan of Dawn Staley, yo.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Dawn Staley. All right, so that's what that is. Now we're gonna get to the crux of the conversation. Browski, I've been waiting to ask you this since January the 1st, 2023. It is now December the 27th, 2023. Who is the Outer Bears boxer of the year?
Oh God. Oh, jeez, this is tough.
We'll let you ponder it for a second.
Boxer of the year, man. It's been so many. It's been so many. So many good fights, good fighters. Um, I, all right, I got it. I got it. I got it. I gotta go with Canelo Alvarez because he did what I've been asking people to do. Get in the ring with Charlo, shut him up. He dominated. After coming off of that loss, he moved up, came off that loss to Bavilla,
Bivol.
and Bivol. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and people thought, oh well, maybe it's time for time for him to hang it up. He was coming to the end of his career. He got like 50 plus fights on his record. Maybe it was time for him to hang it up. And then you got this guy in Charlo on the sidelines talking trash, running at the mouth, haven't been in the ring in 2+ years. And he been talking mad trash about Canelo. He always coming at Canelo. And then Canelo said, all right, well then let's do it. And then Canelo doubled down on it by signing to the same promotion that he's in, PBC, so that he has no choice but to fight him,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was a dope move. That you know what, I'm gonna sign to your promotion, so now you have no excuse. There's no excuse. We're fighting underneath the same banner. You can't run. Now we have to face each other. And he came in and he put on the clinic. He outboxed him the whole way. He put on a boxing clinic on him, and it was beautiful to see. So I have to give it to him. I mean, I could have went Tank. We could have went Devin Haney, because Devin, moved up and got Regis out of there, 2 division champ. So I could have went there, but I'm gonna go with Canelo. I'm gonna stick with Canelo. Who's your boxer of the year?
My boxer of the year is I would have said Tank Davis, but I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with Terrence Crawford. I
Boom.
think Terrence Crawford has more than proven himself. He's just now the person now who has all the belts and things of that nature that makes himself a target. Again, I want to mention a lot of fighters. Devin Haney. You know what I mean? What's the kid? Oh, his father is the one who's always talking crazy. Not Danny Garcia, the other one, the Teofimo
Oh,
Lopez.
Teofimo Lopez.
Yes, absolutely. The kid in a way. You know what I mean? From overseas.
Who
You know what I
just
mean? A lot.
suspended his title?
Yeah. Yeah, he just won again. Was it yesterday?
Won.
Yeah, he just won again.
Yes.
So you could go down the line, man. It's for fighters, fighter of the year, Clarissa Shields. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You could
Undefeated.
name a whole bunch of them. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't go wrong.
Couldn't go
But
wrong.
my main award, all right, the Down by Law, Down in Sports Talk Award for the 50th anniversary of hip hop. We're gonna crack the bubblies right here, live and direct. Right. I'm gonna give my Down in Sports Talk Award to this one over here. Down the bear. Down the bear. This one over here. That one over
Oh,
there.
oh, look at
You know
that.
what I mean?
Oh, I
Chicken
didn't
Bowl
even have
all the
a
way down
scoop
for a year,
ready.
man. We're gonna have a drink. You know what I mean? And another a year of having fun, talking sports. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the people that we had on the show. Shout out to Windwalker, definitely. You
Yes,
know what I mean? For coming through.
always,
Shout out to Florida Boy Jay. You know what I
always,
mean?
yes.
For the bubbly right here. You know what I mean? Pouring the
Mm-hmm.
bubblies right here. You know what I'm saying? And that's Yada Bear Browski right there. You know what I mean? Salute. Salute. You know what
Please,
I'm
please.
saying?
Tell me about it.
Again, when we started this mission, man, I said, yo, I'm gonna get somebody that knows their stuff and I don't have to, pull all the weight. You know what I mean? And Browski's come through and again, I've been thoroughly impressed. I talk her up all the time. But now she's on her road now. You know what I mean? She's doing her thing. You know what I mean over there.
I appreciate it.
6 zeros, Star Report. You know what I mean? I'm just glad that we could top it up every Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever, and have some fun doing it. And salute. You know what I mean? Happy New Year. You know what I mean? Happy
Yes,
holidays. And like good stuff. You know what I
happy
mean?
holidays.
And we definitely gonna be looking forward to doing bigger and better things in 2024 with Down in Sports Talk. Salute.
Yes, 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 yes.
Wait till we go behind the scenes and I can go to the salad bar. But anyway, yeah, man. So that's about it, man. We here, we in the building, man. Anything else you want to say before we get up out of here? How we close out 2023?
Yeah,
2023.
yeah. Definitely want to say, salute to everyone that rocks with us. Um, Everybody on the Facebook group, keeping that popping, and everybody in 6 zeros who contribute and all on my posts, and I'll be all on their posts. That I definitely love all the conversations, all the back and forth. It's all love. I always say, you dish it, I can take it. If I dish it, you gotta take it. It's a back and
That's the
forth
way.
thing.
That's the way of the
That's how it
world.
goes.
That's the way of the
Yeah,
world. That's the truth. Mm-hmm.
So salute to all the haters and all the trolls. I love y'all too. Um, Definitely want to say big salute to Star. You're always looking out. Big salute to 6 zeros. Jay and 6 zeros.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the guys not on 6 zeros. Definitely
Salute,
tap
salute,
in there.
salute.
We definitely appreciate everything that they had done for us, and salute to Windwalker, always holding us down. Florida Boy Jay, always holding us down too. Definitely salute to them too, and I'm just looking forward to some more great sports stories in 2024.
And salute to the ones who talk about it, but don't be about it. You know who you are.
Yeah,
We still waiting for you. All right, Down in
we're still
Sports Talk.
here.
So the last one for the year, you're gonna get down on it. What you getting down on?
Oh man, let's get down on Adam Silver.
Okay.
Why not? You know, because we hear that Draymond's going to be out for another 8 to 11 games. They saying, and he's doing counseling. But how can you counsel a grown man who don't see anything wrong with himself?
Right.
How is this a requirement to getting back into the league now? Anytime there's a suspension, there's counseling. Kyrie had to go to counseling. Now Draymond and John Morant. But where's the counseling for Josh Giddey? Because that's the one who needs the counseling.
Right. Where's the counselor for his ass?
Where's his counseling? Because he's doing some crazy stuff, and this again just
He
shows.
on some Jerry Lee Lewis shit.
Yeah, and this again just shows the hypocrisy, the hypocritical hypocrisy of the NBA and Adam Silver. There's still the prejudice in the league. All that fly stuff is still going on, and they just keep making it blatant by just having this guy Josh Giddey once again suit up, because he's suiting up tonight to play a game and getting a game check while there's still an investigation on him. So
Right.
I need something to happen. Something's gonna happen quick. So I'm getting down on Adam Silver for his soft NBA and his hypocritical rules. He disciplined people that he wants to discipline. It's not clear cut discipline across the board. So that's what I'm getting down on.
True. I feel you on that, Browski. I'm getting down on Adam Silver too, a little bit, but in a good way. Because during the Knicks and Milwaukee Bucks game on Christmas Day, they was playing between one of the commercial breaks. They was playing "Get Down on It" by Cool and the Gang. So I wanted to say that, but listen, man, I really don't have really a lot to get down on. I just want to represent the fact that a lot of people talk, and the forum is open. You're here. You know what I mean? You can come and represent, man, your team, your squad. Just know what you're talking about, because at the end of the day, you don't want to waste no energy. You know what I'm saying? I love it when people come in here and we can chop it up and time just flies. You know what I mean? When you got to kind of like twist it out of people and they got to regurgitate stuff that they saw on TV, that does nothing to my, it does nothing for my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So again, at the end of the day, we here. We've been here. We're gonna be here down in Sports Talk. Myself, my co-D, y'all the bear over there. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all tap in, y'all get familiar, and we're about to be out. Brosky don't go nowhere, and we'll talk to y'all January the 9th, y'all.
Yes, January 9th. Happy New
January
Year.
the 9th. We'll be back.
Happy holiday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because Browski's going on a cruise. So we'll be back in the building down in Sports Talk. We'll be back on Tuesday night, January the 9th. You know the time and all that good stuff. So salute to everybody out there. Peace. Y'all be good. Happy New Year and all that. We'll see y'all on the other side after the national championship games. So they were after, was it Wild Card Weekend?
Yep, should be Wild Card
Weekend. So we'll see y'all after Wild Card Weekend. All right, y'all be good.
Yes.
And hope you get what you want. Hope you want what you get. And we'll talk to y'all. Will Walker, be good, man. All right. Don't go nowhere, Browski. We'll talk to y'all. Peace. Down in Sports Talk. We out. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So what happened was